Hey, and welcome to step 10 in the Covert Shirt Store theme wizard setup. And this step is all about your lead capture and follow me lightbox settings. And remember, on your page, on your stores, you can have this lightbox pop up for people who are on your site or when they try to leave your site. And this can either capture emails or gather followers for Facebook and Pinterest and so on. Right now what we're looking at here is the lead capture box, and that's what we're going to start with. So if you want to use the lead capture box, you have to fill in some details here. If you don't want to use the lead capture function, you set it to no here. If you want to use Aweber, then you have your lead capture form description here, which is this text here, which you can change to anything you want by writing in the box here. If you, for example, want to tell them they get a bonus for opting in or whatnot, you can write your own text here. Now, if you want to use Aweber, that is super simple. You just click the link here that says click here to get your authorization code, and then you log into your Aweber account here as saying allow access, and that means we have an app integrated with Aweber, so this Aweber integration works seamlessly. And when you've done this step here, put your Aweber login details here and click allow access, you will get the authorization code, which you just put in here. If you want to use get response, that is just as easy. By clicking this link here, you go to the API page inside your account, and you just enter your API key here, and that's the integration with get response done, and your leads will go to your get response account. When you enter your API key here, there will be another box popping up down here that lets you select which list on your get response account you want the leads from this website to go into. So these are the two easiest. I highly recommend either using Aweber get response, though the theme does work with other autoresponders as well. iContact, for example, you just paste in your HTML sign-up form in this box here. So when you create a list, you go create a form for it in iContact, copy the HTML code for that sign-up form and just put it in a box here, and it will work with iContact. MailChimp, very similar. You either put in your HTML subscribe form URL, which MailChimp will give you, or you paste in the sign-up form HTML here. One or the other, you do not need to do both. And finally, we have the option to use any other autoresponder service out there, and in that case, you just put the HTML sign-up form in this box here. But then you have to define what the input field for email and name is called in your form, and you should be able to see that in the code, what email, what that value is, and what the name value is, and you need to put it in here. So the theme needs to know what to look for in the form you paste in here. So that is a little bit more technical, but it's not hard at all. When you look at your form, you'll be able to find these values, and that's how you use any other autoresponder. But MailChimp and iContact are much easier, and GetResponse and Aweber are by far the easiest and most reliable to use for the theme. So again, I recommend using either Aweber or GetResponse. So that's for the opt-in box here. The rest is for getting followers on Facebook, on Pinterest, on Wonderlow, and on Tumblr. And in order to do that, if you want to use Facebook, you put in the link here to your Facebook page, the one you want people to go and like and follow you on. So the full link to your Facebook page is what you put in here. If you want to use Pinterest, you put in the link to the Pinterest profile or board you want people to go and follow. And if you want to use Wonderlow, you put in your store name here. So you're not the whole link, just your store name. And for a Tumblr blog, you put in the blog's name here. Now you can use everything here, both the opt-in and the 4 different social follow me options here. And what will happen is, if we put something in there just for the fun of it, so we have everything in action here. we will be able to now go and see everything work. Now we have show lightbox showed on page load or when people are trying to leave the site, and you have that option. And if people close the pop-up, how many days before showing again? 0 means that it will never show again for them if they close it once. 1 here means that it will show again for them, but only after 1 day and only after 2 days and whatnot. So that's up to you. But if we save these settings here, we can go in and see just what it looks like. If I reload here, I have it set so this will appear if people try to leave the site. So if I move my mouse up here, it will show this one here. And if they click this, no thanks, I've already joined your newsletter. What the theme will do is that it will remember that choice and it will never show them the opt-in form again. But I have 4 other activated, so now that I've refreshed and try to leave, it should show another one, and in this case it shows the Facebook one. If I click no thanks on that one and I refresh the page, it will show one of the other 3, and in this case it will show the follow on Pinterest one. And as you see, this link up here closing is not the same as the no thanks in here is like I will never want to see this button again, whereas this one is just for the current session. And again, if we go back in here, you can do as many of these as you want or none at all. If you don't want to use the autoresponder settings and the lead capture, remember to set this to no. Otherwise, select your autoresponder service and fill out the necessary stuff here. And these down here, if these are blank, they will not be in rotation. As soon as you put something in here, these will be in rotation. So when you put something in here, make sure it's the correct Facebook link, the correct Pinterest link, correct username for OneAllow, and correct Tumblr block username. And then you have the settings for when it should show and how often, and on page load and or when they leave the site. So these are your lead capture and follow on social media settings. I highly recommend that you use all of them. This is going to be fantastically effective for you to build a list and a following that you can market your t-shirts to over and over again. So that's it for this final step in the initial Covert shirt store theme wizard setup. Now there is a final step called advanced options, and when you completed all of the steps here, all these 10 steps, you have the option to go down to advanced options, and I have a video in there for you as well, and I will see you in that video.